The film industry has lost another legend. Clive Revill, widely acclaimed for his on-screen and stage roles, passed away at the age of 94. The actor died on March 11th at a care facility in Sherman Oaks following a battle with dementia. The news was confirmed by Revill's daughter, Kate Revill, to The Hollywood Reporter. Revill played police officers in 2 films. Otto Preminger's Bunny Lake is Missing, 1965, and Jack Smite's Kaleidoscope, 1966. Interestingly, his versatility earned him 2 roles in the same movie, as both a Scotsman and an Arab, in Joseph Losey's Modesty Blaise. He also shared the screen with Roddy McDowall in The Legend of Hell House, where he played a physicist investigating eerie occurrences in a haunted mansion. In 1980, director Irvin Kershner approached Revill to lend his voice to the Emperor in Star Wars, Episode V: The Empire Strikes Back. His voice can be heard during the Emperor's conversation with James Earl Jones' Darth Vader. In a 2015 interview, Revill recalled delighting fans with the Emperor's voice, asking them to close their eyes before saying, "There is a great disturbance in the Force." He noted that some turned pale, and one even nearly fainted. However, in the 2004 DVD release of The Empire Strikes Back, his voice was replaced by Ian McDiarmid, who portrayed the Emperor in Return of the Jedi, 1983, and subsequent Star Wars films. Beyond film, Revill was a veteran of the Royal Shakespeare Company and performed in 7 Broadway plays. He earned Tony nominations for his roles in the musicals Irma la Douce, 1961, and Oliver, 1963. His voice can be heard for only a minute in The Empire Strikes Back, but it provided the first draft of a character that would be a mainstay of the franchise for decades. It was a minute that changed the course of the Star Wars franchise. In The Empire Strikes Back, the now celebrated 1980 sequel, audiences were treated to the first on-camera sighting of Emperor Palpatine. After receiving only a glancing mention in the first movie, he could have looked and sounded like anything. A human, a Wookiee, a droid, a turtle. There was, instead, a disfigured robed face, portrayed by the actress Marjorie Eaton, that terrified fans and etched the character into Star Wars lore. But Palpatine's voice, cool, crisp and commanding, belonged to Clive Revill, who in about 60 seconds set the stage for one of the most feared and infamous characters in science fiction. Palpatine's appearance, however brief, is pivotal. In his conversation with Darth Vader, it is established that Vader, already an iconic villain, has a boss, one whom Vader himself fears. Additionally, Palpatine recognizes Luke Skywalker as a true threat. In just a few lines, Mr. Revill established Palpatine as a cold, dominant figure. When the original trilogy was re-released in 2004, his voice was replaced by that of Ian McDiarmid, who played Palpatine in subsequent Star Wars films, starting with Return of the Jedi in 1983. But in various iterations of Palpatine since the original, including the franchise films, the video game, Fortnite, and even LEGO reenactments, the character's voice is built on Mr. Revill's work. Those voices are all influenced by this first example, said Greg Ewinski, a writer on the animated Star Wars series Young Jedi Adventures. That was 45 years ago. That's the importance of that legacy. He was the first guy to do it. The small choices Mr. Revill made in introducing Palpatine, for example, making him emotionless with a touch of regality, were anything but. Mr. Revill provided a first draft of a character that would be built on for decades. His performance projected power without raising his voice, while making it believable that Darth Vader could fear him. It was frightening and powerful and also reassuring in a way, said Christopher Tramontana, an actor and an instructor at New York University who is a Star Wars fan. I remember thinking, oh, Vader can be beaten. There's something more powerful than him. Also, he added, it was just such a cool voice. Keith Powell, a Star Wars fan and an actor best known for his work on the NBC sitcom 30 Rock, said in an email that Mr. Revill's voice was distinct and clear, while still somehow sending a chill down my spine. How did he do that? I still don't know, Mr. Powell said. Mr. Revill's involvement in The Empire Strikes Back came about after he received a call from the film's director, Irvin Kershner. Mr. Kirshner and Mr. Revill had previously worked together on the 1966 film, A Fine Madness. By then, Mr. Revill, who was born in New Zealand and grew up intending to become an accountant, was a veteran actor. He had several Broadway credits to his name and had been nominated twice for a Tony Award for his performances in musical. In 1961 for Irma La Douse, and in 1963 for Oliver, in which he played Fagin. He was also nominated for a Golden Globe for Best Supporting Actor for his performance in the Billy Wilder film Avanti. 1972. During the production of The Empire Strikes Back, Mr. Kirshner invited Mr. Revill to a recording studio in Los Angeles. "I've got a line here that I want you to think about because it's got to be the right sort of thing," Mr. Revill recalled Mr. Kirshner saying in an interview at a 2017 fan event. "I said, okay, fine. And he gave me a piece of paper and I said, Irv, what do you want me to do with this? And he said, think about it." The line, now often quoted in pop culture, was, "There is a great disturbance in the Force." Mr. Revill said that it took him several tries to get the read right, each one progressively deeper and more deliberate. Mr. Revill never expressed bitterness about being replaced as Palpatine. "I was the original Emperor, but they wanted continuity with the later movies," he told the Oklahoman in 2015. Mr. Revill is on the list of Star Wars performers who made an indelible mark on the franchise and pop culture generally, but didn't become household names in part because their faces were not visible to audiences. The list also includes Peter Mayhew, who played Chewbacca, Han Solo's Wookiee sidekick, and Jeremy Bulloch, who originated the role of the masked bounty hunter Boba Fett. Palpatine wasn't Mr. Revill's only contribution to the Star Wars universe. In 1993, he lent his voice to the video game Star Wars: X-Wing. He also returned to the franchise almost 2 decades later to voice multiple characters for the 2011 video game Star Wars: The Old Republic. Clive Revill was born on April 18, 1930, in Wellington, New Zealand, to Mallet and Eleanor Neil Revill. His father was a carpenter, his mother an opera singer. In addition to his daughter, he is survived by a granddaughter. Mr. Revill began acting professionally in 1950, shortly after he left Rongotai College in Wellington. Laurence Olivier encouraged him to pursue an acting career, and Mr. Revill moved to London and studied at the Old Vic Theatre for 2 years with the help of a government grant. His first professional job was on Broadway, a 1952 production of Mr. Pickwick, based on Charles Dickens's novel, The Pickwick Papers, before he moved back to England, where he worked steadily in television, film, and theater. His television credits include Star Trek, The Next Generation, Babylon 5, and Murphy Brown. He worked often as a voice actor both for video games and in cartoons. Arguably his most famous role other than Palpatine was as the voice of Alfred, the butler, in Batman, the animated series, alongside Luke Skywalker himself, Mark Hamill, who voiced the Joker. He also voiced characters on cartoon shows like Tom and Jerry and Alvin and the Chipmunks. It was Star Wars, however, that brought Mr. Revill the most fame and led him to occasionally attend fan conventions. In the interview with the Oklahoman, he described interactions with fans waiting to greet him. "They come up to me, and I tell them to get close and shut their eyes." Then, Mr. Revill said, he would do the voice. "I say, there's a great disturbance in the Force. People turn white, and one nearly fainted." As we bid farewell to Clive Revill, we remember a man whose talent, charisma, and dedication to acting left an unforgettable mark on stage and screen. From his iconic Shakespearean performances to his legendary voice work as Emperor Palpatine in Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back, Revill's career was truly extraordinary. Though he may no longer be with us, his legacy lives on through the incredible performances he left behind. Let us honor his achievements and keep his memory alive by appreciating his work for years to come. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Rest in peace, Clive Revill. Your legacy will never be forgotten.